Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep, welcome back to the Butcher Circus, or might I say the Chonker Circus, because this is gonna be an absolute chonky video. So today we're playing against H Stocko, which has somewhat of a DOT, somewhat of a damage team, so it looks like a bit of a mix and match, which is good because today I have a 61 HP Crusader and I'm gonna drop Lord of Light. Oh, look at the chunkiness on this. This Musketeer is gonna tickle me. I have 61 max HP, 40 prot. The Leper has 53 HP, 30 prot. He's about to get another 30, by the way. The Man-at-Arms has 56 HP and 45 prot. Keep in mind you can use Defender. Look at that. Rage for 13 barely even hurts me. I'm still at 48 HP. Even if you get a crit 44 on me, you still don't even bring me down to this start. Just broken. And what makes this team actually amazing is having the Flagellant in the back, which whenever he drops to this door, he heals 10% of the other character's max HP. And that's right, it's max HP. It means exactly what you think it means. It means that it scales off of the absolute chunkiness that these guys have, so hopefully we can make that work. Now, that is a bit of a concern, which is the fact that the Flagellant actually isn't that chunky. He has Last Breath, Color, and Control of Absolution, so he's tanky, but he's not a chunker. There's a difference between the two. I also am not very chunky against DOTs. They will eventually attrition me down. Same thing with Stress. So is this a revolutionary team for the Butcher Circus? Well, if you know your opponent's gonna play WD, then maybe, but otherwise, yeah, it's gonna be rough. But I'm still gonna try my best here. So I'm gonna be marked. I literally don't care. I think I'm gonna be perfectly fine here. I'm gonna drop the Withstand. I could have dropped the Intimidate first, just to make the Musketeer hurt a little less, but just go for it. Just go for the shot. I'm telling you, with 40 prot and this amount of HP, I'm not even gonna feel it. That's just what's gonna happen. It goes for the Rage, does 12 damage. I must say those are very good damage rolls for going into 45 prot and 40 prot. I don't know how to say Abomination is doing that much damage. Those must be almost max rolls right there. I do not know how that's possible, but such is the way of the Butcher Circus. I'm already taking so much DOT there. I'm gonna drop a Defender here. And do I really drop a Defender? Or do I try to go a little bit aggressive? I need to go a little bit aggressive here if I still want to win this. Yeah, if I genuinely want to win this, this Reign of Sorrows is going to be very difficult for me to deal with. One thing I can't do is that I do have one direct healer, so if... Wow. Wow, I was the one that dropped the command buff, not you. Jesus, yeah. One thing that I can do is after the Flagellant drops to this door, I can heal him out of this door and then try to stay alive that way, even against the Reign of Sorrows there. But it's still rough because I also need to keep the Man-at-Arms out of this door, so yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna go for the Intimidate now. Look at my crit chance, 9 with the command buff, by the way. It's typically 5. I didn't know it was that bad. Yeah, it's because the base crit rate of the Leper is 5. That's the absolute worst. He does get Revenge, which gives him an extra 11, which is a freak ton, but yeah. Interesting that they go for Mortal Wound on the Man-at-Arms of all characters, but yeah, that minus damage, that's gonna be pretty fun to watch. I can tell you that much already. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna drop a Zealous Accusation here in hopes of getting a crit, and I do, so now I have 55 prot, which is a little more as well. So, is this honestly the best way you could play these chunky characters? Is it the best way? Like, I could make a sort of team like this and have it be very chunky and have it still be good. But is that what I'm doing right now? Is this the most effective way? Not really. You should sacrifice some of the HP. Like, instead of having these two crazy-ass trinkets on the Crusader, which I put both of them at B-, you could just bring Pit Fighter's Helm and Glorious Standard. You'd still have 45 HP, which is a lot. You'd have better protection, you'd have better heals, and you could probably not get pushed as well, and you could just run the Inspiring Cry, which would be very good against Stress and against Horror, of course. So there's definitely a few things that could have been done differently here, but you know what can you do about it? Oh crap, that's not the character I meant to click. Yeah, the game kind of like it did the funny thing. The funny, not so funny thing. That's literally the character I wanted to click the least. I wanted to click either the leopard or the men-at-arms. Men-at-arms to go for a guard, leopard to go aggressive, but yeah, now I just eat a crit for 15. Jesus, Avon, how are you doing this to me? How are you freaking doing this to me? Yeah, I wanted to heal the flagellant out of this store. That was my strategy here, but I guess I'm just gonna have to either risk it for the biscuit or drop a redeem early, but I think I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. Like, there's no way to get the 5% death for Train of Sorrows. That's just too lucky, right? This is an apprentice opponent, so maybe they still have the novice RNG. Maybe they still have a little bit of it left, but I don't think so. I might still go Purge here, though. Yeah, I might go Purge here. Let's go for the Purge. Hopefully get the push on there. We do. Oh, that might have been a mistake. Did they have enough damage to Finale? I mean, I have 75 prot. Prot really destroys the Jester damage. I'm surprised they moved back there. That's a very odd move, I will say. Please don't crash. This was being a very interesting match. But, okay, thankfully no. Oh, see the HP it healed? I kinda missed it, but it healed a lot. It healed 8 HP on the men-at-arms. That's like an Arbalest heal. That's a lot. That's generally a very nice heal right there. And you know what's cool? I don't even have to go for my... I don't even have to go for the heal right now, because I'm guarded and in a safe position. And even though the Flagellant could Reign of Sorrows, well, he's not in a position to right now, so I am perfectly okay here. This team is just kind of nasty, isn't it? Well, they go for that, and watch what I can do now. I could click here and go for a redeem, right? Or I could click here and go for a rally to the flame, which I will. So even if I do drop the Death Store, I'll heal the Man-at-Arms again, give him even more HP. It would be really nice if you had like really good stress healing on a team like this, because that's kind of what it's missing. It's kind of like an Immortal team, except it really isn't, because it doesn't have any way of dealing with stress. But, you know, it's kind of like an Immortal team, just barely, almost kind of like one. I'm gonna drop this Intimidate. He's gonna de-transform after this, because of the stress he's taking from being in transformation mode, so finally we're gonna get an Affliction by round 4. This is definitely a stress team, but it's obviously a very slow stress team. But, you know, it's done something, alright. Yeah, those couple Zealouses that I did drop were quite helpful. Look at that, barely moves my health bar. I just love it. I love it so much. I will just drop probably a Bellow here. Maybe get a debuff going, hopefully. I do actually get a debuff going. That's very good. Yeah, damage debuffs and protection, there's literally nothing you can do. Right now, this Jester would probably do like 2 damage to my Men-at-Arms. If that, honestly. He's gonna go Mortal Wound. Yeah, he does 1. As expected. Really bad amounts of damage. 8 HP right there, by the way. Very nice, very juicy, and I think I'm gonna go for the Reclaim here. I could go for the heal, but I want to risk the 5%. If they want to go Reign of Sorrows into the 5%, so be it. I don't want to drop the Redeem just yet. I don't think that would be too smart. I gotta risk at 5%. If they go for it, if they don't, there really isn't too much I can do about it, but they're gonna go for it. They get a crit, of course, which is unfortunate, but you know, what can I do about that? Not very much. You can't do very much. And now I'm kind of in a weird spot here. If I drop another Suffer, I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll still have a lot of this store resistance if I drop yet another Suffer. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm back up to 95 here, so everything's perfectly fine. The Last Breath color should stand here. It would be really nice, and I know this isn't... And this isn't the first time I'm suggesting it, but it would be really nice if the Deathblow resistance wasn't capped at 95. If you could make it go up to like 120 or something, so your opponents would literally have 0% chance to kill. That would be really good. That would make all these stupid Deathblow resistance trinkets actually genuinely decent. But, you know, such is not the way of the Butcher Circus. I'm gonna go for an Intimidate here, because I need to take some character out, so I'm just trying to do something here. Yeah, having my Crusader stunned is actually very annoying, and of course the crit heal on the Flagellant is even more annoying because now I can't force him to go Exsanguinate or something like that. He can just keep on being aggressive, but oh no, maybe not. Maybe the Jester wants to get in on the action with that finale, but you definitely don't have enough damage to finale anyone at this point. Like, you absolutely do not have enough damage, like, not even close. Please don't. I do have Snuff, so the chance is quite unlikely for a stun right there. Wasn't literally the first turn act out? Yeah, first turn act out abusive goes for the stun on the leper. Could you imagine if he had hit the flagellant and gotten the kill? The 5%? Oh god, like a 5% into a 5%, isn't it? Yeah, that's my usual luck, but 1 damage. It tickles. It literally tickles. 1 damage. Look at that damage debuffs he has there. Minus 106. Oh, that's hilarious. And he also has Fearful, so it's even less. Ghost called a shot. Oh no, what are you gonna do? Shoot the Man-at-Arms. I literally couldn't care less. Maybe I want to drop a command buff, but if I do that, I kind of drop the guards, so yeah, that's not a wonderful idea. Not a wonderful idea. I guess I'll just drop yet another Intimidate here, make the Abomination tickle even less. Minus 139. Oh, it would be nice if it would be minus 135% damage, but you know, there's no justice in this world. He moves back, which gives him Beast Smile, which is definitely a hell of a lot better than, you know, just 1 damage rakes, but he's gonna go Rage. 0 damage Rage. Oh, that's too good. The 0 damage Rage. Yeah, that's what you get, I suppose. 0 damage Rage, huh? Well, let's see if we can punish the poor guy. Oh, and I hit him with a crit too. That's so unfortunate for him. This poor Abomination, he's being bullied so hard. Well, he did more damage with Raked than he did with Rage, though. That's kind of weird how he did that. But yeah, there's way more prot here. There was another debuff. Moves forward with the Flagellant, so now he's in a position to do something again. I'm just... Abusive don't. Oh. Okay, that's just stress. I know that act out. 1 stress to the Flagellant. If you didn't know, Suffer actually gives you minus 40% stress taken each time you use it. So, you know, with the bolster, that's basically 0 stress taken right there. 1 damage, Dirk Staff. Yeah, keep stacking your damage. It'll end up stacking later, right? Yeah. You're gonna do a lot of damage with that finale. You're gonna grow up to be a wonderful Jester, and you're definitely gonna have a fun time breaking through this prot. Just believe in yourself and you can do it, right? See? Yeah, keep stacking those finale buffs. I'm sure you'll get somewhere in life. Alright, Flagellant, what are you gonna do here? He's gonna go for the Reclaim, so that's... I mean, he's gonna go for the Reign of Sorrow, so that's basically sacrificing the Abomination there, so not the smartest play, I'd say. I think trying to save the Abomination here, just de-transform self-heal would have been a hell of a lot better, would have kept him alive for way longer. But my opponent might be a little trigger happy on my Man-at-Arms. Come on, shoot him! He's marked! Yes, shoot him! There's 2 valid debuffs by the way. No! What? What are you doing? There's literally a character marked right there, and you shoot the Crusader. Why do you do such a thing? 6 damage, by the way, yeah. I guess now is command time. I need some accuracy if I do want to hit this Jester. I have literally no accuracy trinkets. Speaking of, I barely even mentioned the trinkets, but I have a durable armlet here for HP, exotic snuff for tankiness. It goes for the finale. 9 damage on the Crusader. The tactical move back with damage. Yeah, that's what it was. Tactical move back with that finale. You should have kept stacking it. Maybe they could have used it. Just maybe they could have used it at some point, like after a few more Reigns of Sorrows on my Man-at-Arms. I wouldn't be able to sustain too well, and then maybe they could have pulled something off with it, but yeah, not like that. Not like that, I will say. One thing though, if your opponent doesn't really have a way to target your position 4 character while he's guarded, which not a lot of teams can do that, right? Unless the character is marked already or something like that. But, you know, if you look at it like, yeah, stress teams have AoE abilities, so most of the time they'll be able to do that. DOT teams also have AoE abilities, and they have stuff like puncture, so they'll also be able to hit the flagellant here. But when it comes to the damage teams, like, they might be able to stun the man-at-arms that is in position 3, that's a possibility. But other than that, the flagellant is mostly safe in the back after he's guarded, and if he's safe, all the other characters are safe as well, because they just keep stacking up like crazy. I'm gonna go for the purge here, by the way. Not really to get the push, though if I do, it's cool, but the reason I go for it is because now the musketeer goes out of position, the jester goes out of position, the flagellant goes out of position. It's just overall a disaster for my opponent here. Goes for the ranging shot. They don't have buckshot. Oh god, they forgot buckshot. You gotta be shitting me. They actually forgot buckshot. Yeah, that's... Oh my god, and I get another crit zealous? What is this? Where is this RNG when I need it, right? Look, my leper got 2 crits, didn't he? Look at those accuracy buffs, plus 40 right there. He's supposed to have a little bit less than that, right? Only plus 20? Because his buff is an extra 10 accuracy, so no, I guess yeah, this gives him a self buff, but he still did get a crit, so that's still quite nice here. I'm gonna go ahead, just drop the bellows, and my opponent's team is just gonna shatter at this point, because even though, yeah, Flashman's a good character and all that, the Zealous is gonna make them crumble in like literally 2 rounds, and this team will be victorious, I feel. It will be victorious. All you need is to survive a death blow or 2 with the flagellant, which sometimes is easier said than done. We all know the stories of the 5% death blows happening. Rapturous doesn't do any act outs. A move forward there is okay. Goes for the move forward, putting himself in harm's way. I get another crit zealous. Where is the justice? There's no justice. There's absolutely no justice. So many crit zealouses. And what are you gonna do, Musketeer? Again, she's gonna ranging shot. Oh, please do it. Oh, is that a move back? Oh no, it's a hit. It's the Jester a little bit drops another one. She doesn't even stress heal. What is this? Like, I remember there being like a moment where my opponent was just a little bit fortunate, like with the double crit Rain of Stars, but this is out of this world. This is just terrible. Absolutely terrible act outs, terrible RNG for my opponent. I don't know how they're so unlucky. Goes for the Dirk Stab. Yeah, 1 damage. 1 damage. You cannot do anything. I also have Punish, by the way, if I do want to use it in the end. Yeah, my opponent could maybe still get a kill here. The way for them to get a kill is for my man-at-arms to be stupid and hit the flagellant. That's literally the one way they have right now. Other than that, I'm not gonna voluntarily put myself in position 3 to just get Dirk stabbed. So don't even think about it. Also, look at the protection numbers: 60, 75, 55, 60. Very nice protection numbers. I love it. And I should honestly have more Pit Fighter's Helm. I have 0 Pit Fighter's Helm. The Crusader should have one. So he should be at 70 prot, easily 70 prot. The Leper should have one, so he should be... maybe he shouldn't have one, honestly. Kinda difficult to give up on this setup, but... yeah, it's a bit difficult to say, because you kinda want this. You also want Pit Fighter's Helm, but I guess 60 prot should do. Usually when it comes to stress lepers, the way they lose the match is either because they're completely useless, because someone gets pulled behind them, or because the rest of their team dies, and, you know, even though they're quite chunky, you can't really win just a 1v4 with a leper most of the time. Even with the stress leper, it's just a little bit rough. Just a touch. The minimalist touch of impossible, honestly. Well, give me another crit zealous, shall you? I need to take this jester out. No crit zealous. You get the first 9/11 reference of the video, maybe the first 9/11 reference of the week as well. And the jester is dropping to this door here, which is going to be more claims. And look at this, I have infinite sustain with a thing like this. because the Flagellum could just spam Reclaim over and over and over again, and the characters just keep getting more HP. And if I really wanted to heal my characters, like if they're all taking big amounts of damage, I could just rally to the Flame, Flagellum drops the Death Star. I'll do it right now just to show it off. And keep in mind that whenever he drops the Death Star, it's a 12% HP. No, it's a 12% chance to crit that 10% max HP heal. And Gone to the Vibe Solution also affects it, so 7, 9, 8, 9 HP on the Crusader, by the way. It's only 7 now on the Men-at-Arms because he actually went, what do you call it? He actually went abusive, so you know, he went with any affliction, so that's minus max HP right there. I'm just gonna get the kill here, and after this, I'm gonna show you something quite nice. I'm gonna go for a redeem on the Crusader to see just how much HP we're actually gonna be able to heal, or how much HP we would be able to heal if I did want to drop a redeem. It's gonna be big numbers, I can tell you that much already. With 61 HP, yeah, it's gonna be a lot. We get the crit death blow on the Jester. The best thing the Musketeer can do right now is a ranging shot, because she's the last character standing and she doesn't even, like, not even, what do you call the ability, like quick fire, quick draw. I think quick draw is what it's called. Yeah, just goes for the ranging shot. I don't think my opponent knows there's a surrender button. Sometimes novices forget about it, but thank you very much for forgetting about it, because now I get to go for this. And yeah, crit 60 and 35, just even without crits, it would be a total of 65 HP heal with the last breath color here. Just nasty, pure nastiness. Well, I'm gonna try to do some stress and let's skip along to the end. Alright, and straight into a match number 2 we go. The Musketeer did go down the previous match, of course, you know, as cool as she is. But this time I'm playing against the one and only Mr. D. It has been absolute ages since he's been on the channel, and I specifically asked him to play WD. So here we go, it's gonna be, oh god, okay, he's smart. Yeah, I'm playing against I'm playing against Mr. D's WD now, so I should expect him to know what he's doing, and he's immediately gonna go first and immediately gonna start bullying me by putting my Leper and my Crusader out of position in one move. Yeah, that's right, in one move completely destroys my strategy. The second move to completely destroy my strategy would be to probably just slam the Crusader. I'd do that, I'd probably do that, and I would rage very hard, but come on, 5%. 5%, yeah. There's no Bulwark in this world. Yeah, I can tell you that much already. There's no Bulwark in this world. Well, I'm still... I could go Intimidate here. Yeah, it looks weird, but I'm gonna go Intimidate because the Yarbles just hurts a bit too much. So let's do this and let's reduce her damage a little bit, because I want to win this. I'm gonna play this as well as I possibly can to see if this team can actually beat WD. Because if this team does not beat WD, it's trash, because this is the one thing that it should beat, right? It has so much freaking HP, so much chunk. How is a team like WD that just does pure damage supposed to beat it? Though that is a bit wrong. The WD isn't just pure damage, it also has Caltrip's Bleed, which are very cool, and it also has the Beast Pile from the Abomination, which can be very helpful. It's rare, but it can be very freaking helpful. I could drop a Sulfur on there, but I don't think that's too smart at the moment. I'm just gonna drop a Reclaim instead, and have the Men-at-Arms be kind of chunky here. Even though he's been stunned already and pulled, he still has 49 HP, and even with minus 33 damage, it still hurts quite a bit. It freaking stings, man. It absolutely stings, my guy, and I missed the 80. Yeah, that's okay, that's understandable. And now my Men-at-Arms is in a rough spot because he only has 25 prot. I was hoping he would have something more like 75, but you know, I guess if you don't go first against WD, which yeah, if you don't go first against WD, you're definitely gonna have a bit of a rough time here. I'm gonna click. Maybe I should have gone Suffer. Maybe going Suffer would be the play, but if I had gone Suffer, I'd be hit on my Flagellum, and I would probably have to drop my heals a little bit early, and I only have 2. So I'm not sure if that would have been the play. Rage here definitely does enough damage. And now is when the Smite is going to come into play, isn't it? Yeah, the smite is gonna come into play. I need to... I don't know how I can save this. I feel like my man-at-arms is gonna die prematurely. I tried saving him. I did, I think, everything I could. I tried moving him back, just staying alive with all my characters, but maybe that was the misplay. Maybe I should have just guarded, gotten some protection, just accept your fate that the man-at-arms is gonna be out of position. But honestly, if I did that, I wouldn't have been able to drop an Intimidate, and then the Arbals definitely would have dealt enough damage, so... I don't know what to say here. It's just a very rough spot for this team. I'm gonna keep dropping Intimidates, but she actually cured like a good portion of the stress I dealt to her. And if you look at the damage, yeah, goodbye Man-at-Arms. If you look at the damage, she's still doing the exact same damage, even with minus 66% if she fires at the mark right now. Because, you know, that's fair. That's completely fair and completely balanced, yeah. I think I was a little bit overzealous by asking my opponent to play WD. Just a touch overzealous, like, yeah, play WD, come on. Yeah, you really should never ask your opponent to play WD. It's not gonna work out too well for you. That's the takeaway from this match. It's not gonna work out too well at all. I'm gonna click here. Maybe the regen, maybe a little bit of stress works. Like, if I lose another character, then it's definitely over. But I'm hoping that now, even with one character down, the chunkiness kind of just solidifies a little bit. Maybe the damage debuffs catch up slightly with Mr. D and I can sort of stay alive. But I mean, look at this. This is actual BS because my man-at-arms, he had so many tanky trinkets. He had Protector's Kite and Gladiator Helm, literally 2 protection trinkets. I dropped an Intimidate on the Arbalist, and she still brought me down in just 2 hits. Yeah, easily brought me down, by the way. The second one was a little bit overkill, and then, you know, the other moves, I'm just freaking dead. It's, it really is the state of Butcher Circus in 2023. I mean, it was like this, like, literally from the get-go, obviously, because there hasn't been a single balance change in the circus, but... yeah, it's really quite sad. It makes you kind of realize that, you know, maybe I'm taking the wrong approach to this. Maybe this is not how you should play teams like this. Yeah, maybe this is not how you should play protection teams. You should go for more stress on your opponent and have more direct healing characters so you can sort of stay alive. Maybe have guards with good stun resistance, or else, you know, even if I have a lot of HP, just crit 60 and, you know, that wouldn't be enough to one-shot my Crusader, but it would be really close. It would be close enough, I will say. I'm actually gonna drop a heal here just because I want him to drop to this or heal the other characters again, but honestly right now it's just stun into, you know, wait for me to act, and then just shoot me again, take me out. The Crusader's in the back, and then he gets perma-stunned by the enemy Crusader. I get pushed by the Abomination. Actually goes for a pull on my Flagellant, huh? That's surprising. Well, should I count on the stun resistance? Probably not. Probably not, honestly. You know what, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for the risky plays. Oh, I don't have Exsanguinate. I don't even have Exsanguinate, I just realized. Oh, what a dummy. What an absolute dummy. I don't even have it. Well, crit heal for 62, there you go. That's all the HP that you didn't need, Leper. And, you know, I'm obviously gonna get one shot here. It doesn't even need a crit, just one shots me anyway. Maybe Last Breath Gore saves me. Maybe, baby. I'm gonna intimidate her. It's not working. It's not working. I'm dropping Intimidate after Intimidate. It's not enough. You really need Bellow debuffs on the entire enemy team. Goes for the stun with a crit. Wow, doesn't get it? Really? Even with 2 stun trinkets, it's probably not gonna matter though. I'm gonna die before that makes a difference. But not before I drop another Rally to the Flame, of course. I am gonna do it. Hopefully it keeps me alive for just a little bit more. Hold on just a little while longer. I've been singing a lot in my videos. It's not because I've been like skipping happy or anything. I like recording videos obviously, but you know, I kind of do it at the end of the day, kind of after a pretty long day. So I'm surprised that I still have enough energy to kind of sing and sound kind of cheery at the end of the day. So yeah, congratulations, Shep. You're doing rather well. Now it goes for the finish him on my flagellant. He's finally gone. And what do I have to show for my two characters dying? Well, I have a paranoid Arbalest in the back with only 100 stress. Yeah, you know this team would be good. Remove the leper, that's step number 1. Put the flagellant in position 1, that's step number 2. And bring a grave robber. Remove the crusader, maybe bring a grave robber, bring an abomination, and boom, you have a Shep stress team. And you just have a fun time. I'm gonna drop the purge and I'm gonna surrender because there's absolutely no way I win this. So big GG's to Mr. D, and that is gonna be the end of the Chonky boys. So is this team good? No, it sucks, it's trash. I'm sorry, this team is not gonna work. If it doesn't work against the pure damage team that was just running pure damage, it's not that it didn't even work, it's that it got absolutely destroyed. Like, it wasn't even close, you know? A team that's supposed to be a hard counter with all these freaking protection trinkets, you know? That's why it's B tier, C tier, that's why I think these trinkets are kind of trash, because they just don't work as you'd think they do. If I had more protection and, you know, I had like actual stress output on all my characters and they could do like debuffs and that sort of stuff, and you know, if I didn't have this shitter here, maybe it would work, but you know, that will be for another day. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed today's video and I'll see you again another time. Cheers.